Again, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we give all praises to
Yahweh, Blashem, Yahweh Shai, Blashem, Kakadash.
I'm not sure elders and apostles of your Most High, peace and blessings be unto the elect. I'm the brother Dewada.
Sharp.
Brother Nabala.
And today we're going to do it in transit. We're going to grab some scriptures, of course, and those are going to be edifying. Today we got a short clip. It's going from the elder of the Zach Boss channel. Alright? So we're going to play some of the audio, and those are going to be edifying. So just pull it up real quick.
It's always been the white man. It was the white man in the Atlantic slave trade. It was the white man who committed genocide to the indigenous people here. It was the white man who killed millions and millions of people in the Holocaust. It was the white man who massacred millions of people in Congo. It was the white man in the frontier wars in Australia who massacred Aboriginous Australians. It was the white man whose government forced the natives to relocate, causing thousands to die on the Trail of Tears. It was the white man in the Philippines who massacred thousands of civilians. What is so hard to accept about that? Because today, it's the white man and the white supremacist marching around D.C. It's the white man lying about a group of Haitians who hurt no one. They go to work and go home. It's the white man dressed in ICE outfits, murdering immigrants, murdering citizens. It's always been the white man. And yet, you think and walk around this country like it's undocumented immigrants. All of a sudden, that's the problem. Undocumented immigrants committed 17 murders out of over 17,000.
Yeah, that's all we need from that. So pretty much he's cussing out Esau. He could be Jake. He really knows. Esau, he proud as fuck. It's rare to catch an Edomite that actually admit all that. But nevertheless, whether he's an Edomite or a Jake, it really doesn't matter. The message is what's important. Because, everyone now is talking about the sins of this devil. Even his own people, they don't want to be his people.
Pretty sad.
And that's the thing. Like, I met so many, especially Edomite women, they're the first to say, I don't like being white. I hate white men. But they have a very special hate for older white men. I hate older white men. They'll tell you. I worked with a chick that told me that. I hate older white men. Because why? They know what they are, what they're like. They're racist.
They're weird.
They're depraved. So on and so forth. You got a precept?
Yeah. Just real quick. Psalm 64 and 8. It say, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." Yeah, so, and like the brother's saying, you see that more and more from Esau's own. When you see it on the level of them exposing themselves when they go out in front of those little podiums and they'll say something they're not supposed to say. That's a way that the scriptures fit. But also right now, where their own is basically talking about the things that they've done, and this is all happening through Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man, because it's prophesied that in the end times that what's going to happen to Esau, he's going to be exposed, man. You got the prophets and the men of the Lord that have been exposed to him. You go all the way back to High Priest Abba Bibbins, all the way up until now, But now we're in times where now it's happening from his own people, and you can't hide him. Esau can't hide himself anymore. You're being revealed of being the wicked that the scriptures talk about.
Precept, this is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, covereth the faces of the judges thereof? If not, where and who is he? So if it ain't the so-called white man, where is these people at? And who the fuck are they? You know, the only one that fit that bill is the white man.
First of all, if I can really add, you know, he ain't white. It's really the Edomites, because you got Israelites that look so-called white. You got brothers that be in the spirit, you know, resonate with this truth, that look like an Edomite, but they're not. They're Jake. So it's not the white man, it's the Edomites.
Edomites.
It's the Edomites. Esau, Edom. He is the wicked, as is written in Malachi 1 and 4.
Yeah.
Right? The border of wickedness. So he's the one that loves the bloodshed. You know, he was talking about how they did all the murdering and the stealing and the theft. Right? That's his spirit. The scriptures say that his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. You know? So he's going to come like that every single time. Pause.
This is Job 24, verse 4. It says, let's start at 1. Why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty, do they that know him not see his days? Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. And that's what they did to Gad. You know, even the bison, you know, or the buffalo rather, they was fucking literally riding trains, gunning down bison just for sport. You know, I just seen that movie Dancing with the Wolves, where the main character, he sees a great slaughtering of the bison, you know, and he's like, what kind of people would do this thing? Hey, motherfucker, it was your people that did this shit. You know? But that's how they are. It says they violently take away flocks and feed thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together. Yeah, Gad dipping out. You know, Gad will go different places to hide from this devil. You know, and Esau will still find them, take their shit. Like, imagine you own a whole landmass, you know, and this person comes through, tells you that it's his now, and then tells you to move.
So you move, and if you don't, they kill you.
Yeah. 5. Behold, as wild asses in the desert, go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey. The wilderness yieldeth food for them and for their children. 6. They reap everyone his corn in the field. They gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing. Example that is the Trail of Tears. Because here it is, you made them travel that great distance, you know, and they were cold. In the depths of the winter, you have to travel that great distance, and many of them died. But you didn't care. It says that they have no covering in the cold, and you're the ones that are guilty of that. You know? And it's only one group of people. This is why when you bring up these different sins of the so-called white men, they'll say, well, that wasn't me, that was my forefathers. That was my forefathers.
Precept.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 41 and 5. It says, the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversing in the dwelling of the ungodly, their heritage of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they should reproach for his sake. And that's exactly what they're doing, man. You know, when they get, like it says, what is it? Is that 2nd Ezra 6 and 22 when the Inquisition?
I'll get it for you. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 19. I'll start at 18. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. And will begin to make inquisition of them. Would they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
And the Inquisition goes into intensive questioning, man. You know, aren't you, you're being exposed. Aren't you the man who's done all these things? Aren't you the man who's constantly, oppressed Jake, who oppressed the Israelites, who shed the blood of the Israelites, who shed the blood of the innocent, you know, who's created this system that have kept Jake in that oppressive state till this very day? You know, aren't you this man? You know, and then when you go back to your track record, aren't you the people who had the children of Israel in slavery? you know, and look what you did to us through our slavery. And then after that, after we got out of slavery, you know, when you had the deep racism going on, look how you was treating Jake then. Yeah. And then even till now, look what's happened to my man's Noah. Noah.
Nolan something.
Yeah. Him, you got different accounts, but that's the most recent one. Mm-hmm. Look at all these things you've done, man. Yeah. But you would like to say when we go back to slavery and the racism times, oh, that was me, that was great, or that was this, that wasn't me. That's not how I conduct myself. But then when you look at today's time, y'all doing the same thing, man. Because in reality, you're those same people from those times before. You know, you're in a reincarnation of who you were. You know, so you're still the same people. You ain't changed, and y'all try to say that to save face, but deep down, you still have that hatred towards Jake. I remember Ariel says it. He said a brother from I think he said a brother Batak says it from Chicago. He says if Esau was able to really show you how they feel and really could kill you without getting away with it, they would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because ultimately, you know, and that's why they keep talking about make America great again. They want that same power that they used to have.
Yes, sir.
You know, that raw power. Like now when you go up to, you know, for example, in Michigan, you know, you go to northern Michigan, you would expect to see some dirty looks, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, it's a black guy. You know, you would expect to see that, but now they docile. They just passive. Mm-hmm. You know, you may catch a couple looks, but no snarly looks. No one says anything to you. Whereas before, you get lynched out there.
Lynched.
You know, so it just shows you.
They'll warn you heavily. They showed that the show Lovecraft County, whatever. How they were, Esau was real like, what the fuck are you doing around here, boy?
Yep.
You know, what the fuck are you doing around here? This ain't your area. You better scram before, you know, and they'll call the boys on you.
Yep.
And if you ain't up out of there within 5 minutes. They on your ass.
No more. And what happened is Jake is now spread into these areas where it was predominantly Edomite populated.
Yeah.
So now they're just used to seeing Jake around. And Cat Williams even spoke about that. He said, everywhere you go, even if you try to go on vacation,
man,
he said you got ninjas everywhere. Ninjas everywhere. And that upsets Esau because his empire is falling.
Yep.
And those same areas that he was holding power in were it's just a secluded Edomite neighborhood. Now even that's falling apart. Mm-hmm. Anyways, let me see. This is Job 24 and verse 13. It says, they are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. And that's these devils. You know, like the brother said, the Edomites particularly, because you got Jake that'll get simple.
Yep.
Oh my God, you just hate white people. No, I don't. I hate the Edomites. It's a difference. It's a fucking difference.
Big difference.
You know what I mean? Some of our people look so-called white. You know, it's not a black or a white thing. It's just your puny carnal mind. You can't comprehend that. You know, well, whom it is that we hate are the Edomites. And you would hate them too if you knew what they did.
What they did.
It says, they are of those that rebel against the light. That's why they constantly come up against the truth. What do you mean God is black? No, he's not. He's white. You're not Israelites. You know? And that's offensive to say, well, it wasn't me, it was my forefathers. Because what have you done for us then?
Exactly.
They don't never say, well, you know what? I'm so sorry that happened to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You would think they'll treat Jake good because their forefathers, you know, effed us over.
Nope. Get over it, nigga.
Basically, if I can make it really quick, because you know there was an analogy made. You got if a man, you know, break into somebody's house and you know kill the people who own it and move all his shit in there, but you still all the remnants of that past family. They have children and pass that down, pass it down, right? It was still murder. It's still death. So the family who owns that house want some type of, you know, recompense. But you saying, oh well, that was my great granddad, but you're still living in the house. You stole this entire land from the Native American Indians, so-called Native American Indians, which is the Gadites, and the Reubenites, right? And you still here to this day. And then you take Southern Kingdom and you enslave them and bring them over here. So you have to pay Esau.
And then they say, well, it was my forefathers. Well, the Most High knows that, and you are your forefathers. You still gotta fucking pay. And they get a problem with us for saying that they gotta pay. Have a problem with the Most High. He's the one that said it. We just telling you what he said. Continuing on, it says, they know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. Yeah, they don't give a fuck about the truth. That's why they so diligently hide the truth. 14, the murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. So all periods of the day, he's a demon. And that's this devil. Y'all got it.
Real quick, this Numbers 35 and 33 says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So that's you have to pay for all that blood that you shed, Esau. And this is the Heavenly Father speaking. They always try to pinpoint it on on us, or you're just a hate group, or they even try to put on us you're just a racist. How we racist, man?
Right.
How we y'all created racist? We that ain't nothing we came up with.
Exactly.
But anything, like you say, Esau tries to do anything to try to skate his ass out the limelight, and try to make him see like he's such a this or that type of person, and you're not, man. You're a bloody man, like the scriptures talk about. And why does the scriptures call you a bloody man? Because on a daily basis, you constantly shedding blood, man. Even to this day, with the police, we'll let Jake get pulled over, man. Because with us having this truth, we know how to conduct ourselves. We know how to conduct ourselves with this truth, man. But Jake in the world, when they get pulled over, man, you damn near can't even say 50-50 chance. The odds is not in their favor,
Yeah, they don't have the wisdom or understanding. The scriptures say,
I agree with that very quickly.
Jake get proud, man, be bucking up against the authorities. But I wanted to bring this out because you still have a lot of people that don't know, the true nationalities of these nations, man. They still call it Esau white. They still call us black. We're not fucking black, man. We're Israelites. In a lot of these nations, you're about to learn your true nationality, man. We can get that.
So Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Exactly. So that veil and that covering cast is your identity. Where it's cast over your identity, your true identity. They call it Moab, the Chinese, the Koreans, they call Ammon, the Japanese. Esau got all of these different terminologies for these nations, but your biblical nationality, we telling you through the Spirit what it is from the scriptures, man. Based off, like we read earlier, the landmarks, prophecy, etc., and history. So now that we read 2 Thessalonians, that man of sin being revealed in the previous video. Now you're being exposed, because when you use white, there's a vibration to that. White's pure, holy, clean, When you use black, it's void of light, negative. You see? So we tell you straight up, man, we're not black. We tell you Esau is not white, man. He's the Edomites. When you use Esau, when you say Edomites, that has a completely different history, same history really, because even as the so-called white man, he's still murdering, stealing, robbing, etc. But there's a history with it.
You link it up.
Exactly. You link, okay, this is why. He's the fucking wicked. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. We understand now why he is like this and why he's not going to change. And that he has to be taken out of the way, because of unrighteous dealings and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yeah. That's why Esau always trying. That's why Esau is always trying to put the Edomites on being somebody else. Oh no, we not the Edomites. They're Edomites.
Exactly.
These people the Edomites. We ain't the Edomites, or the Edomites done away with. No, they not, man. Y'all still around to this day. I got a precept. Jeremiah 49:10.
We're closing, man.
Khan says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not." So the Lord is making Esau bare in these times that we're living in right now. You know, is being made evident of who Esau is, who's turned out to be the so-called white man. You know, so he's getting to the point where he can't hide himself no more. And like it read up in Isaiah 25:7, is being showed to all people, all nations on the earth. You know, and that's why you got this. What's happening with America and Iran? You know, they waking up to the fact that, hey, we can't keep dealing with this man, because every time we try to deal with them, it don't never go in our favor. Every time we try to try to have a peace talk with him, he's always attacked us, man. So now the nations are waking up to the fact of who this man is, and that's why it's gonna come down to all these nations gonna turn against this man, and it's gonna be Esau against the world.
Guys, so with that, we'll be ratified. We'll give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Anonymous elders and apostles, may no storm, peace, message be unto be like, and shalom.
Shalom.